Girls Aloud. It's 2002, and our mass eviction from the 90s has fully sunk in. Politics has factory reset our consciousness, as the internet exposes us to everything we thought we'd ever dreamed of. Free music, software, and pornography. We're told that it's stealing, but it's hard to say no, and we're hungry. They've recently started giving away music careers as prizes on TV, fast-tracking attractive people with sob stories to the top of the charts, using a multi-million-pound telephone voting racket and the darkest of industry connections. Pop stars, the rivals, is the code name. The mission, to curate a group of performers so desperate to escape reality that they'll allow themselves to be broken down publicly into whimpering submissives, feasting on the hypnosis as they beg for a slice of the illusion. This year, it comes down to two groups, the girls and the boys. The girls are comprised of blonde bombshell Sarah Harding, a young pub singer and former debt collector, with regular whisperings of looming record deals around the Puss in Boots in Stockport. None of them materialised, and it all seemed doomed when she lost their karaoke competition to a 5'2" man singing Bohemian Rhapsody. But this is the noughties, an attractive losers of gold dust in the rags to riches sector. Then there's Nicola, the only one of the bunch not primed from childhood by a stage mum, better known as the ugly one, pale skin, ginger hair, the spuggy of the group. Next there's Nadine, the Irish stage kid that previously entered the Irish version of Pop Stars, teeth and tits on legs, fighting for a bite of the cherry. We've got little Louis, of course, with a pound shop Sharon Osbourne, alongside the usual selection of fresh-faced vermin, ready to kill each other for an opportunity to enter the sewer. Nadine's easy enough to like, and needs to be liked. Using everything she's learned to get what she wants, she navigates through the process, as the judges' radars scan for ticking time bombs, a risk assessment to reassure investors that all finalists can swallow shit with a Hollywood smile.
If you ever know that you're my hero.
She makes it, and chosen to be a member of the group, scuttling through the final stretch of the maze.
How are you, Nadine?
How are you?
Pleased to see you.
I'm from Larkhill in Derry. Date of birth 15th of the 6th, 85. Making me a Gemini. And what date of birth did I say now? 15th of the 6th.
Oops. The competition's strictly 18 plus, and she appears to be confused by her date of birth. She's asked to sit down with the judges to discuss the matter. An opportunity for her to come clean about being 16.
If you were trying to make out that you were 18, that you were, would you tell me at this stage?
I would tell you at this stage.
As your friend?
I would tell you. It's only right, I think.
We see the life drain from the young rodent's eyes as the feline corners her, and it's not long before she's captured and released back into the wild. Whilst the group, named Six, and yes, this is whilst 5 were active, continue with a cardboard cutout. Then there's Kimberly, curvy northern stage schooler, a good all-rounder with experience. And finally, Cheryl, a professional child model and aspiring singer that had almost given up on the dream. They're all chosen for the girl group in Pop Stars The Rivals, and named Girls Aloud, going head-to-head with the boy band One True Voice, snatching the cheap crown and guaranteeing themselves at least one complimentary hit. They release Sound of the Underground at Christmas, the most difficult time to score a hit, crash testing their newly discovered power of public manipulation, a chance for TV to stamp its claim on the pop charts, with both emotional and financial investment from Joe Public, as they pledge allegiance to their plasma screens. It goes straight to number 1 and tops the charts for Christmas, thumping the final nail in the coffin of the old pop landscape, officially opening the doors to the reality TV era. Now the hottest girl group in town, they revel in their newfound fame, until Cheryl smashes a woman's face in over a Chupa Chups. Cheryl and Nicola are at a nightclub in Guildford, and both go to the toilet. They share the same cubicle. Nicola comes out first, using the makeup on offer from the toilet attendant, promising that her friend will tip when she comes out. Cheryl allegedly comes out, eyes up the Chupa Chups and makes a grab. "You don't just take things like that," the bog dweller barks. To which Cheryl allegedly replies, "My father owns this place, you black bitch. I'll do whatever I want, and I'll deal with you," windmilling her in the eyeball before being dragged off by security, and consequently convicted of assault. She claims self-defense, but the courts aren't convinced, nor do they believe the racism claims.
You're going to be kicked out of the band now, Cheryl?
I'm stunned and disappointed by the conviction for assault.
The big machine minimises damage, choosing to bulldoze forward and keep her in the group. Releasing No Good Advice, number 2, Life Got Called, number 3, and Jump, number 2. They're interviewed during the promo for Jump.
Cheryl, obviously you feel that you've had the support of the band. How have you coped with the fact that you have been convicted of assault? And for a role model like yourself, that's the last thing that you should have done.
So it's almost been a year, and you can see the dead look in her eyes at the mention of the question. They've notched up 3 more consecutive top 5s at this stage, showing that the public have voted with their feet and couldn't give a monkey's.
Definitely. I mean, I've always said I am so sorry to the other 4 girls and to my fans, to my family, my friends. I am sorry it ever happened, really.
You accept that you did wrong by punching the woman?
Cheryl apologises to everyone except the victim with ice-cold confidence. But the interviewer senses evasion and presses harder.
I wished I would have walked away, yeah.
She tries appeasing the lively journo, giving her a look that could kill.
And you fully accept, for example, that the judge called it a drunken piece of violence. You fully accept that that's what happened and that you did wrong by it.
Desperate for the headline, pop star admits drunken violence. She refuses to let go, unsatisfied with the vague replies.
I accept that, I was drinking on the night that it happened, I've never disputed that fact. I've said that right from the start. And I was drunk, but the 2 things weren't related.
She makes it clear that she was drunk, but that she would have smashed her up regardless. A proper Geordie lass doesn't want booze getting a bad reputation.
Do you feel bad or ashamed that you have called into question your status as a pop star, as a role model for millions of children?
The mood's changed, and it becomes clear that the pit bull isn't letting go. Forget the new single. This is a dogfight.
I think, to be honest with you, I think any one of us could have been in that situation.
Yeah.
It was just the wrong place, the wrong time.
The girls back her up, agreeing that it could easily have been them caving the lady's skull in, standing in solidarity, maintaining as a group that she deserved what she got.
And I regret that. I regret I ever stepped foot out the door that night now.
But the support and from the fans has been unbelievable. So we just kind of think hopefully they'll take it as an example and learn from it, rather than...
Kimberly's looking on the bright side, hoping that their young fan base will now think twice before committing violence for sweets. All thanks to Cheryl.
You do feel that you've learned lessons?
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Yes. All of us have. It's just one of them things that really has brought us closer together and just made us more, aware and things just about day-to-day life, really.
Yeah, we've learned a hell of a lot.
And at the end of the day, everyone deserves a second chance.
They all look at Sarah with contempt, as she suggests that Cheryl's had one strike, but deserves one more chance. The company line is that Cheryl did nothing wrong, and that anyone would have banged the bitch out, so they completely ignore her.
Cheryl, what was the worst thing about the whole experience?
I think the most hateful thing was to be branded a racist, for almost a year.
The most damaging claim was easily the racism. The toilet attendant didn't mention the racist comment once in her initial police interview. Only later, after conferring with leeches behind the scenes. But the courts didn't buy it. A violent thug, but not a racist. Oh, and then there's the people from her past accusing her of being an arrogant bully. Cheryl recently got out of a 2-year relationship with a crackhead, 10 years her senior. During happier times, she picked out a tattoo for him, one that would warn the other chavettes that he was her property. Look at that compensation face. You'd think she'd at least pay for a cover-up. How is Shez? But now, with the clingy odour of racial brutality lingering over her, she knows deep down that she can't be a racist, as she's getting fucked by footballer Kieran Dyer. The problem is, he's a better player on the pitch than he is in the bedroom, and accidentally gets some skank up the duff behind her back, so she moves on to another fine gentleman. Ashley Cole. Kimberly joined Cheryl on the WAG train, losing her virginity to Stockport's Martin Pemberton, before eventually falling for a member of boy band 888. Nicola's still with her childhood sweetheart, who she started dating prior to entering the show, whilst Nadine and Sarah have fun, holding back from any major commitments. As they approach their second album and prepare for another round of the media roller coaster, we wonder, will Cheryl shake off the clingy smell of the clan, or will she have to suck Les Ferdinand off to finally clear her name? Peace and love.